All right, we are live. We're back. It is March 2nd, and you are on our live stream. And wow, what a weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see, if any of you are just catching up, you know that Mike was in Aruba, and now he's in a sweater or a sweatshirt, and that says he's definitely back in the U.S. right now, back up in Massachusetts. So welcome home, man.
Thank you. I'm I'm happy to be in my home surroundings. I would trade the temperature, but that's about it.
Oh, that's about it. So hey, I'm gonna pull up a my demo trading view account here, and we'll go over and do some charting in a minute, but I needed to share this. So I hadn't been in the demo account for a while, which I was telling Mike just before, and Stephen, of course. And what we have, so in this demo account, which really doesn't matter, it's just a demo account, but it does matter in how we learn. Well, literally, I was in this Euro USD trade. I guess I got into it on 11:10. That's when this trade started, and I had no idea I was still in it. But it was a demo account, so it's not like I lost money per se. But if you go across here, down $121 in that period of time, and I did pay $3.36 in swap fees. So swap fee is just when the market closes at say at 5 o'clock on let's say a Monday, and it opens up. There's a fee, and it's a few pennies depending on the lot size that you put in. Like I had a 0.03 lot size. Okay, so at the time that's what it was, and so that's what I paid since November of that. Now at the same time, we were just on a training with Donnie Pips, and we're looking at gold, and gold has been pretty crazy with all the stuff going on. And so I jumped into a trade earlier, and because I jumped in on my demo account. By the way, Mike, I don't know if you noticed this, but this is actually the empty terminal.
Okay.
All right. The
Yes. Yes,
empty.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize it was back up and running. And so I've been in the MT5 terminal, which I can't stand personally.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
I agree, and I didn't realize it was back up until today when I went to go log in.
Oh, maybe it just came up today then. But
I didn't look over the last 3 days, but I did look today, and I was that's fantastic. There it is again.
well, I was really excited that it was there. Um, so I jumped in this gold trade, but this is interesting because I jumped in this gold trade at um, not long ago. It says uh, 15:09. Where's that time?
309.
15:09. I
Oh,
just jumped.
UTC plus 5 hours.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because I'm like, I just jumped in a little, just like 10, 15 minutes ago. So it was a zero point 0.1 lot size, big difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And right now I'm in drawdown by about $200. But again, I jumped in. I just happened to, I came across this. I was like, wow, it's up and live. And I just jumped right in.
Yep.
So, but it was interesting. So I've been in this one since November. I'm down 121. I'm going to actually close out of that one just for the fun of it. I'll make that difference up. And then I've got this gold one. Now I am in drawdown. It's been moving. Let's see. Oh, wait, let me go back to gold here. Where's oh, here it is. And there we go. Give me a little bit of room so I can see it a little bit better. Um, but I know we're expecting this to go up to the 20, I believe it was,
Right.
and I don't have that here, but so I'll watch that for a bit. But I've got my stop loss down here at 22.95, and I've got my take profit at 53.74. So, were you in that one at all, Mike? I saw that you had closed out
Yeah.
of one earlier.
Yeah. I closed out of one earlier. I was in that. I had to close out on that because just balance again. Like I'm I'm debating, is gold even worth being in if you don't have $500 in the account,
And it might not be.
Right.
or at least like maybe it's 200 to 300. I don't know, but I'm just I'm frustrated with gold making the right decisions, but not having the balance to support the fluctuations, even with lower lot sizes. Like you can lower the lot sizes too, but it's just something that I'm battling. So on the Euro USD side, I'm killing it. um,
And so you're just
gold,
building it up.
yeah, in gold, I'm making all the right calls. Like I'm not wrong on my calls. I just don't have the balance to support the fluctuations.
And,
Right.
and this is a good example of what you're talking about too, because I was just down almost $300 on this.
Yep, I was in it, and I was in it, and I was up 20, and then it dropped to like -80, and then it sat there at -50, -40, -80, -60, -60, -50, and it sat there, and then it finally started moving again.
Yep.
By the time it started moving again, I was already not in a good spot, so I just had to get out because
Yeah.
I had like nothing left in the account, in this account, because I'm trading with different. I have different accounts that I'll do, and I can move it all in. But bottom line is, it's just one of the things that gold is not something, unless you're going to play with like a 0.01 or 0.02 only. And 0.02 is even, man, 0.02 is probably all right, but anything more than that, if you have like $100 balance or something,
Mhm.
it's just, unless you're jumping in on something where Donnie's like, I'm in like I'm in the buy, I'm in the buy, I'm in the buy. Like if he says it like 3 times and it's like a no brainer, then yeah, jump in and raise that balance and then see what you can do.
Yeah.
But you just have to be able to withstand the fluctuations, and that's the biggest thing. Is that Johnny asked the question on the call? I don't know if you heard my response, and he said, "You know what you're buying. Once you get into trade, how does it make you feel?" I said, "Depends on my balance."
Yeah. I heard that, and we all laughed
Yeah,
because you're
because
right. It's spot on.
yeah, and I mean it's supposed to be funny, but I mean that's what it is. It's if it's $100, there's anxiety a little bit, and like it's something that you don't. It's not even anxiety because it's more like something you don't have control over. So you're
Mhm.
making the best decision with what you have,
Right.
and it's out of your control. So everything goes well, great. But with a small balance, things can turn around in a split second.
Yeah. On
And
gold, without a
yeah,
doubt.
yep, and then it'll bounce. But
It,
is
but I
but
think you said it,
yeah,
and this is it's good for people here because look, if you're going to be learning this, if you get some extra cash to throw away, that's one thing, and you have to sort of look at it that way, right? Because when you put it in, if you're learning, even if you're not learning, I mean, what Donnie was down on his first trade earlier today by what, almost $400.
yep,
It's just with the market as it is, with all the news and everything, things move in different directions. Some news comes out and both
She was waiting for Eucharistic minister.
this. That makes it a little bit better there.
Yep.
And so now this is turning around for me. We're only
Yep.
down, 40 some odd dollars now, 30. But if you're starting out, build up that account, get your knowledge solid. If you want to play in something like gold or silver, right, the crazy stuff, and even Bitcoin to an extent too, use a demo account, get really
Yeah.
good. But while you're building your account up, like you were just talking about Euro USD, right, and you're killing it in Euro USD. And where is my Euro? Why do I not see my Euro USD here?
By the way, I just got in on a base because we hit the baseline on another, just to match what Donnie was talking about on gold on the 15-minute.
Okay.
And we hit the base, and he said if this happens again, and I got in the buy, 2 seconds later, Einstein made the call. We already hit TP1. Now it's pulling back. TP2 is 53, 57, 59. We'll see if it goes that high. It's been stopping pretty much at like let's see, what is that number at the top right here? It's been stopping at about 53.48.11.
Really?
Yeah. It's gone higher, but then it's pulled back. So we'll see.
So I'm gonna adjust my TP then, just based off of that. I am having a problem with my TradingView account, so I'm not there. So I just adjust my
Yeah, so TP2 is 53.57.6, and the number that it keeps on hitting and then pulling, it goes a little bit higher, then it pulls back to, and pretty much the base, the top of the base has been about 53.48.11.
Okay.
And it's funny too, like we were just talking about balances and stuff. I was explaining to my son, who's up over, I think, $3,000 by scalping Bitcoin, which is all he's doing.
It's awesome.
And I was like, well, notice how much your drawback is. So you have to know how big of an account you need to be able to trade the way you're trading.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what's great about a demo account, though. You can see, okay, I'm going to drop $300, $400, $500, $600, $1,000, but then it's going to come back and win.
Right.
I'm like, so if that's what you're saying, then to me, if I do that, I realize I should have at least a $2,000 account, because I don't want it to draw back more than 50% of my account.
Right. And here you see, like I was down into the teens. I was
Yeah.
almost at break even. Almost. And now I'm back down, $50, $60. So that's as you were just saying that, those couple of sentences, Mike. So that's the movement, folks. So yeah, if you're playing around, you're learning. Now I'm down almost over 90. So it can move really fast. So I don't know why I didn't have my Euro USD here, but let me let's see.
I'm trying to see if there's any other news coming out.
Well, on that note, while you're looking for the news, so Donnie had 37 positive days trading in a row.
Yep.
This morning when he started the call, he was in a loss.
Yeah.
But by the end of the call, he was positive $90, maybe slightly higher.
I lost 75. I lost 75 in that same trade.
Okay. Well, did he end up still positive, or did that change at the last?
Not on that trade. That trade, he closed it out.
Okay.
And then he came back and he was up $99 when we last spoke. Yeah,
So now, if you're watching this, right? So I was just down almost 120, and now I'm down 88. And I mean, again, it's moving. Now that's on gold. I'm on the Euro USD chart because I wanted to look over there and see what we had.
And we're in a liquidity zone right now in the 15-minute.
On Euro USD?
No, sorry, on gold. On Euro USD, let me go over there. On Euro USD, I got to go back to the 1 hour because that's what I do most of my charting. Oh, we got a new demand zone. Comically, guys, I really think my son probably traded for about 16 hours over the last 3 days.
He's having a good time.
He's loving it. And he's like, and he understands money. So he's like, how soon can I turn this into, how soon can I start doing really if I do smaller lot sizes? And my wife's like, well, that isn't real. You're playing with fake money. He's like, no, I'm playing with the real market. And he's like, what? He's like, it is the real market. I'm just using an account of like pretend money so I don't actually lose or gain money while I'm learning. He's like, but I'm killing it.
That's awesome. That really is.
I just said to him too, I'm like, you have a lot you don't know yet. What you're working is, I'm not saying don't double down on what you're doing, but I am saying there's a lot of knowledge that you need to pick up on the side here. So
that's a point that we really picked up in the last couple of months here as Donnie expanded.
So, by the way, I don't know if you're seeing this. I don't want to interrupt you. I apologize, but now I'm up over $50 on gold. To Mike's point, right? If you've got that room in the drawdown, because at one point I was down a couple $100, and now I am almost up $100. Well, I'm up $75, $74, whatever it is, just about at my TP, just about.
Right, but like if I have $1,000 account
Mhm.
and I'm in drawback $100, I don't care.
Right.
I'm like, whatever. It's just part for the course. If I have a $150 account and I'm in drawback $100, I'm like, oh, don't go lower, don't go lower. We're getting so close to the balance. Okay, I don't want to be. It just changes your mindset 100%, and you try not to let it impact it, but it's going to impact it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm saying, I think not just from like, this is incredible, and I love every aspect about this, and I love what I'm learning. And I'm the number one thing that I've learned in the past couple months, or in addition to all the skills, is I focus on every aspect of my life. Mindset is key. Athletically, work, life, everything. It's all about mindset. And here, the mindset I have with the low balance is like 10x stress inducing. And I am 50 times more successful with high balance accounts.
Yeah.
Because
you're making all the right calls. That's the key.
Yep.
It's just you need that balance. So go to that. All we got to do is do with. Now I just dropped my TP a little bit because I wasn't hitting it, and I want to get out in the positive on this one, even though it's a demo. I need to treat this as real. But if we go and if you're killing it on your, say, Euro USD, it might take you a little bit of time.
Yep.
But you can build it up, right? And even if you're building it up and you're not going to have the big gains that you would with gold or the big losses, you've got the option with Euro USD to keep upping your lot size anyways, right?
Yeah.
Until you're really where you want to be, and then now you can add gold to that mix. Quite frankly, that's what I'm doing on my live account. I'm just really excited to be in the web terminal again.
Yeah, and I'm right now like in Euro USD. I'm playing it right, and it's coming to the back wall of a demand zone, and I'm getting ready to get in again.
Right.
Yeah, I see it. I mean, I hit the front wall. And let's see, can I do that here?
And this is where, again, the knowledge helps, because I don't care. I'm just sitting until it hits the back wall. And if it doesn't, okay, I'm not taking the trade.
Yeah. And that's what I'm watching for. I'm ready. I'm ready to take the same buy because I've got that, it's like I said, I was having a challenge with my my TradingView account, but on this account here, so I marked it up here. I'm still learning how to mark it up on the web terminal because I haven't really used that. I've only used TradingView for markups.
Mm-hmm.
But so close. Look at that. Just about $50 on this one right now on gold. But we're getting close here. And so I'm looking forward to taking that buy up. And where are we here? So we've got our next. So we've got a pretty good sized zone up here too.
Yeah, I'm 20 and 5 in my last 25 Euro USD.
Okay.
And out of my 20 and 5, the only one of the losses was it's coming back
buy on that.
Yep, I'm getting ready to buy right now. I'm in.
Oh, did I do a 0.01? I meant to do a 0.1. Oh no, I did do a 0.1.
I'm gonna do that on my demo.
So it's funny. So why did we just do that? Why? Let's go through why we just took that buy. so we looked at the zone, and we've talked about this to an extent, and it's still going down, so that's always fun. But there's always going to be some movement. But this market, the Euro USD was dropping, right? And you can see it came down here with this particular candle. As we're on the 1 hour candles, right, and a 1 hour time frame, and then it came the next candle. Not only was it was an engulfing candle, but it was also a very large move up. It was more than twice the size of the previous candle that was down or bullish. This was bullish and that was bearish. So when that happens, that tells us, okay, great, we've got a bunch of buyers right here in this zone. And so when the market gets down to that point, those buyers are typically going to take over and bring it back up. That makes sense, guys?
Yeah.
It does. And where it's going right now, we do have a support line. We do have a support line at about 169, 169.0, pretty much 169.05, let's say, call it. So it's approaching that 1.16905. So it's approaching that. I wouldn't be surprised if it hits that and bounces, and then we get another demand zone below that. But we'll see if it goes that low or not. But it's going to come back up. So, and this is again too on a demo account. I'm completely comfortable with just waiting for this to hit.
Right. Well, exactly, because I mean we've got the room there. But I'm looking at, so on this demo account, so I'm in Euro USD, 0.1 for lot size, and right now it's down $7. Well, $6. It's moving, but it's in that range. So you've got the room anyway. So to your point, yes, I mean this is a $10,000 demo account, right? And so what we're going to do is we know we can take some drawdown. We'll take a little bit of drawdown, but we do think it's going back up. Now, what are the fundamentals happening out there? Because we were looking at technicals on this chart. What are the fundamentals telling us?
So, well, two things. Europe agreed to allow the U.S. to use their bases. So that is something that really impacts the attacks on Iran, as well as the outlook here. And Donnie mentioned that as well, because Iran was not counting on getting support from Europe, the U.S. getting support from Europe, and we got it. In terms of numbers and news this morning, if we go back, so Euro German retail sales down 9%. That's a yellow folder though, so that's not dramatically impactful. USD manufacturing.
If I stop sharing, you want to share that?
Sure.
There you go.
All right, so here's what I'm at. Okay, so anything that impacts the euro or the dollar. So we have this right here. Previous was 1.2, forecast was 0, it was negative 0.9. Okay, that's a yellow folder though, so it's not dramatically impacting. Spanish manufacturing, pretty much on par with what they were expecting. It's up by 1/10 of a point, but same thing. Italian manufacturing's up. French manufacturing's slightly up as well. German manufacturing, PMI, slightly up as well. So they're all up by like 0.01, 0.02. I mean, 0.1, 0.2, a couple of tenths. Final manufacturing, right on par, 50.8, exactly where. We scroll down here, 910. Again, the German president spoke. That's just newsworthy, so we know. USD, final manufacturing, again, yellow folder, so not dramatically impacting, but up. So that's good news for the currency. Yeah. This is an important one right here. ISM manufacturing, PMI, up. Okay, so this is, again, good for the thing. So, I mean, the forecast was 51.7. We came in at 52.4. It previously was 52.6, but we focus on the forecast, not the previous. So because the forecast was 51.7 and it came in 52.4, that's good for the currency. Now let's click on it and see why I say that. Actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. So that's not even my words I'm using. I'm repeating their words. But that's how simple it is.
Yeah.
Again, orange folder, so medium importance, but it just shows the manufacturing prices. And that's significantly up. So that's good. on, let's see, what else here? The Prime Minister spoke this morning as well.
Hmm.
That was newsworthy. And then do we have anything else right here? No, that's it for right now. What's more? Do we have anything else down here? No, not till tomorrow. So as of right now, those are the main things we're looking at there. Now we'll also go to FinViz and just take a look at news as it happens. Here's blogs, news that's going on.
Well, did you cover the ISM, the manufacturing prices jumping?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I just missed that.
No, I did it very quickly. I just said, the numbers are up. And I said, like, for example, if we click on it here, the forecast was 51.7. It came in at 52.4. I said then the prices was up significantly where they were expecting 60.6. The previous was 59.0 and we're 70.5. So that's a significant jump.
Yeah.
And let's look historically here. Going back. So we're at 70.5, okay?
That's a
61.
huge number.
We haven't hit 70. This goes back to 2024. The only time we were this close was April 1st of 2025. And then at May 1st, it was close because they've actually predicted higher at 72.9.
Wow. Yeah.
So, I mean, this is just some of the stuff that we have access to. We can just take a look at. That's 100% free for everyone. You just got to know where to go. But we also go over this information at a high level on the calls in the morning. I do want to see one thing right here. Hold on one second. Euro USD. Yeah, so I talked to Donnie about one other thing too. What's that?
Yeah. I was just looking at the euro at 9:10 a.m.
Sorry, what were you saying?
The German Bubba president. I never read it that way before, but go ahead. Sorry. That was a really weird aside, but just keep going.
So I had talked to Donnie about watching Euro USD. And if you go to the 1 hour using that predictive indicator that Donnie actually wants me to let him know, I told him what it was, and he wants me to pull up some numbers and it may be included in Einstein going forward.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
Yeah. But that's predicting an 11 a.m. E3 cross heading down.
Right.
It's now 10:44. So I am watching that trade, and I'm probably going to I want that trade to come up, but I'm probably going to get out of it around 11 if it's not, even if it's heading up, because I'm expecting it to turn around.
Right.
Well, I'm closer because I was down $7. Now I'm down $3 on that, on the Euro USD.
And Donnie was saying today, this is something that I haven't heard him say before, but I found it very important. You can see the 10 is holding. And he was saying that in times of volatility like this, he uses the 10 as an important line to trade off of. He said, especially in times where it's this volatile. And right now, what he was talking about in the volatility is also any nation's leader could speak right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it could happen in minutes, and that could dramatically impact the market.
Can you go to your trading view?
Yeah, let me switch screens.
Actually, when he was on the call on that note, the Secretary of Defense, I won't call it war, Hegspeth spoke, and it changed the market direction.
Yeah. He never quite did that when he was a news commentator.
I held back on what I was going to say.
There it is. All right, this is Euro USD. Yeah, see that line right there?
Which one?
This support line right here.
Yeah.
So we'll see if it hits that. But this is my predictive tool right here. You see right here at like 11, it's showing across.
Yeah.
And see how it looks like the trajectory? Jeez, the trajectory. It looks like it is going to cross.
All right. So then this is a bad buy.
Well,
sounds of that.
Yeah, but it also hit this here. So, I mean, often this right here, this pattern will indicate it's going to turn around and buy. Just it's something that we definitely don't want to stay in. So I mean, depending on the indicators, if you wanted to treat it for a quick 20 pip win or something, great. 40 pip win just might not be a good long term.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with that.
But how much time is left? Let's go down to a lower time frame. So they predicted a buy here on the 5-minute. Einstein actually had predicted this as well. As soon as I got in this, Einstein had a call right here for a buy.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's right. I remember you saying that earlier.
Yep. I think if you can see it. Here's what I like to do, by the way. I go to this, and I got to move my light so you guys can see. But I'll change it to active only in the current symbol. So this is just my alerts for my current symbols. I can do the same for my log. It's only going to pull in my Euro USD. So here's the 1 hour call.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the older one. Hold on 1 second. No, that's it. And it should have been right at this. Let's see. 69.76. No, that's the older one. Why did that one not come through yet? It popped up on the screen too. That's weird. I haven't had that happen before. I wonder if it's been changed so it needs to retain for 5 seconds or something, or 10 seconds. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
See, now this is pulling back. This is what I wanted to see, though. Okay, so on the 5-minute, we have 1 minute and 7 left in this candle. What is the candle going to do? Is it going to end up being? Is it going to pull back, or is it going to continue to stay down?
Looks like it's going to continue to stay down, but we don't know. 47 seconds.
But if it's down, it ends up being engulfing.
Yeah.
Then that's something we have to take a look at. Although I give more strength to the engulfing at the higher time frames, personally.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. So it was interesting because when I was looking at that, based off the other information that I had had gotten out of the buy, but I did take a sell on that because of the cross, mainly because of the cross, right? Because long term, I can leave that. I can ride that for most of the day and take that down. And so right now I'm in drawdown on my sell by about 15 cents. So actually, I just went into positive.
There you go.
So and now I'm at zero even. But either way, it's going in that direction. And we got this candle just opened. So yeah, very, very small engulfing candle there, just barely, but nonetheless.
Is it even? You're probably right, but is it? It's so darn close. They're like almost identical. Sorry, I'm like looking in because my eyes at 50 are not as good as they used to be. So there's actually a base right there that's working across. It's support here and it's resistance here, but I can't impact this candle because it's live. But I am going to do this.
Yeah, that is a solid. Look at that. Now, when I took this sell, I took it at 0.1, or I thought I did. I actually took it at 0.01.
Oh, that's a good view. I took it at 0.1.
There you go.
I
meant to take it at 0.1.
So here's what I created for these lines. Whenever I create a line, I have resistance line flipped, resistance line all-time high, base. So this is what I just created. So for this one, it's a base. So I'll just create that, and then it puts it right there. Now this actually is low, so we're actually in a liquidity zone.
Mhm.
Alt J. So that would be base and low, support line and low.
And that's
Okay.
on the 5. Like
Yeah,
on
and I don't pay a lot of attention to it, but I just wanted to see it right here.
yeah.
Yeah, that just gives some markers around it. Now those will still show up because I haven't restricted them, but it's actually interesting that how this reacts to it. So this
Mhm.
was the next line that I was paying more attention to that I had on here. It's 1 hour data,
Yep.
but you'll see how far back I had to go to get that. I believe it's January 23rd.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me do this. So I'm looking at, so it's interesting. When I look, and I'm watching where it's going on your trading view, I'm also watching on my trading account where I am. And like I said, I was in at 0.01. I thought I meant to click 0.1. I had it set for 0.1. I don't know what happened there, but either way, it doesn't matter. The difference is right now I'm up 27 cents compared to where I would have been up $2.70.
Mm-hmm.
So just 10 times difference.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to what I was saying earlier, where if we get really good at, let's say, Euro USD or UJ or whatever it is, and so we really learn a couple of good pairs that we like to trade, do very well in consistently, and then we ratchet up our lot sizes, then that's going to build the balance quicker and quicker.
Yep. And for everyone also to make sure they understand, in order for us to be able to ratchet up those lot sizes, we have to make sure our balance plus with leverage supports what we want to do.
Yeah.
So that's where the 200 to 1 has an impact over the 50 to 1,
Right.
depending on your broker.
Mhm.
Like my son was frustrated too. Like he's doing good on crypto, but he's like, so why can I do more in this other? I said, well, you're getting 200 to 1 on that, and you're getting 10 to 1 on that.
Yep.
Right.
And he's like, whoa. What? He's like, what does that mean? And I was like, so if you give it 100, it gives you it says gives you 1,000.
Yep. So I just out of curiosity, I want to look at Bitcoin anyways. Bitcoin has been on a bit of a tear. Yeah, and just in the past 2 hours, it went from, wow, that's a huge tear, from basically 65,000 to 69,000 right now. Moved up $4,000 in 2 hours. And let's see here. And I realized I've been just watching these and I didn't set my take profit and my stop loss. So on my stop loss, I put it behind our zone, our previous, what was our demand zone that we went to the back wall of before we took that buy. So, and you guys can't see my screen, but So you're on Euro USD, and what else do you see, Mike? Oh, we lost Mike. That explains why I heard silence. I'm pulling something up, and I'm over here on my charts doing. So I'm going to share my chart here, make sure that this makes sense. So you can see where I am right now,
Right.
and on my Euro USD, I'm up 77 cents to thereabouts. So that would have been over $7. But for whatever reason, when I took that buy, I ended up at 0.01. And I thought I had it set, as you can see, 0.1. So a little bit of a difference. Either way, I'm up on Bitcoin, which I figured I'd take for a little bit more of a ride. I'm down right now, but that's continuing to move. That's going to continue to move up. And so I'm staying there. But Euro USD is really where I'm focused. And you can see what I have here is my take profit. So at 167.40. And that's just going back. I can't quite pull all the way back here. I'd have to show you that on TradingView. But this is what I wanted to show you. This is my stop loss up here. And what I did was, this is where I get into the trade. But this was our demand zone before. And that's where those buyers were from before that brought it up. I knew once we got below it that, okay, let's see where this goes. And once we decided, yes, it looks like it's going to go down, especially with that E3 cross. Like, okay, so that changes this to a supply zone. And because it went through anyways. And then when that happened, it technically doesn't change to a supply zone until this candle closes. But we both felt it was going to continue to come down. So if you look at my stop loss, it's on the other side of that zone. So this zone right here, my stop loss is on the other side of it, because I figured if it retraced at all, it wasn't going to go past that point. It might hit the back wall of that now supply zone and bounce back down. So that's it. You know, when you're thinking about learning to trade, it's not, and you've seen this, Stephen, it's not really about, you can't know everything, and you're going to make mistakes. Like, you know, my Bitcoin trade, I told you that I was going to turn around, and now I'm down $3. I was just down, what was it, 15, 20 bucks, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So it's always moving. Look at that. Almost positive. Right. Now, there we go. Now it's going to exceed what I'm doing over here. And then it bounces. So you get some of those, you get some pretty good movement on. So I just moved over to Bitcoin here. So I'm basically where I got in, right? Plus the margin, the margin that the brokerage takes. I've got my TP at another basically $430 more than where we are right now. All right. And then my stop loss is down here. So I've got to go back a ways for that stop loss. Okay.
Right.
But when you look at this, it's like, okay, great. So now I'm in positive on both. I was in drawdown for a little bit, and now I'm back in drawdown again. But you're going to see that go up and down. So to Mike's point earlier, you just have to have that room in the account, and then you can handle when it goes down. But as long as you're confident it's going to continue to go up. The other thing to watch is, and we're at time, so we're just about to close. But the other thing to watch when you're doing this is, yes, you could be in drawdown and you can have a certain amount of room there. Like I've got my stop loss here. But if the market changes, if things do something different, then you need, let's say the president talks, and all of a sudden now, something else is announced and it's going to change how the market reacts. Well, you need to be able to jump out.
And that did happen today when Secretary of Defense spoke. It changed the way the market was going, and
literally, yeah.
Many trades, it went the opposite way, just based on whatever he talked about. So it is a factor. Yep.
Yeah. And those are things you can't predict. Like you can guess what they might say. If you know one of them is going to speak, like the prime minister, I didn't know the prime minister was going to speak.
Right.
And there's a lot of prime ministers out there. I believe that was UK's prime minister, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Because they were talking about, the
Right.
bases and stuff up there. But,
Mhm.
but when that happens, yeah, it changes the direction of where things are going. So you want to be able to pay attention to that. So if you are looking at longer term trades, it's much easier to say, okay, if I've got a long-term trade here, I know the technicals are going to take me through, and I'm not expecting anything crazy to happen in the world. And so I should be good. I might go into drawdown for a bit, but I should be good. And in other times, no, it's going to be different. Like now my Bitcoin is definitely going in the other direction right now.
Mhm.
But I've got room. There's a reason I put my stop loss where I did. So it gives me that room, but I'll take that up and it'll be back up there. So with that though, any closing comments from you there, Stephen?
Today was a great session with Donnie because you saw a lot of activity. He started out, he had his first loss today in 37 days, and then he recovered. And at the end of our time with him, he was positive $90 or $99 in an account. So it's showing you where it is. One of the things to look at is we trade Forex, and the reason the three of us have independently found it is the training and the knowledge that we're getting here with Build Academy. It's allowing us to really learn it. Neither one of us thought we'd ever be trading, and here we are. And
that's right.
If you want to do it, it's great. If you want it to be done automatically for you, we have the algorithms that are outstanding, and you can just do it and not gain the knowledge yourself.
Mm-hmm.
My theory is gain the knowledge, learn the skill, because when you learn that, you're self-sufficient, and that's really what you want to get to be. You don't have to rely on anybody else. You don't have to sell a product. You don't have to learn social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
That's for today.
Well, and that's awesome. And it's, when you're using the algorithms, there's a cost there, of course, and then there's, some significant benefits. So you can do both. There's nothing to stop you from doing both.
Correct.
I'm setting up my algo gold right now, not
Correct.
this second, but I am. And by the way, if you notice, I'm in profit on both now. And I'm confident in what's happening in Euro USD, so I'm not touching that one. I'm just going to let it hit its TP.
Yep.
And same thing with Bitcoin.
Right.
Here my TP would put me at, let's say, that's $46.91, $46 of profit. I didn't need to move that.
On that note, Don, I have an appointment I have to get to.
Well, that's perfect because we're set. So, hey, folks, we're not here on Tuesday, so we'll see you back on Wednesday, and maybe there'll be a little bit less volatility. Who knows? But I'm getting very close to that TP. I'm going to take that profit very soon. And with that, you all have a fantastic day.